Brinker is fucking. Oh, and he did.
Brink.
Why Brink?
Now, in fair, now when you were saying
I
that,
love how.
Brink,
I love as well, by the way. He was like, Brink! Ah, what?
like, bear in mind, right? So, like, okay, you know when we said that boss was an asshole for kicking out that bird's nest? This is the one time where I can say he's actually been an asshole, because he basically brought that little power cube over to fix to make Brink's machine work, and it was starting to pump out life crystals, and Brink was getting really excited, and then boss just took it back out again, and he basically said, "I'll put it back in if you help us out with this one thing," and then Brink lost his shit. Like, he literally, the one promise that Brink broke a promise immediately to us, and we returned a favor. It was like, come on, man, be the better, bigger guy here, you know. But yeah, now Brink's definitely dead. He's not coming back.
Fantastic.
It's now a 2-person operation.
Wonderful.
Yeah, rest in fucking.
Do you know what I think? I love the getaway as well, because what Grand Theft Auto came out at the time? Was it Vice City or San Andreas?
At the time, Vice City would have been out.
Yeah, so you had that, and I looked at the getaway of this is the British version of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's close to home. It's more relatable. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you did remake that game, you could very easily just say this is just set in the same universe. If you were to reboot that, remake that game now from the ground up with modern graphics, you very easily just say this is set in just the same universe, because it's not as crazy and it's more gritty and real because it's in England, and America is fucking stupid anyway. So it makes sense that America is just bastardized version of itself. You know?
I certainly think there is an argument to be said for having smaller and more contained GTA-like games, but the problem is that that's not what's popular anymore, because again, GTA 6 hasn't come out yet, and basically it's almost like the market has to analyze why GTA 6 looks successful, if it even is. Again, my hot take is that it could very well fall to the expectations. You know,
no, that game is going to crack $1 billion.
But it should. It should.
If it doesn't, I'll make a bet with you right now. If it doesn't, I'll wear a Liverpool jersey on the street.
Okay, I mean, sure, but again, you're kind of missing my point. Like, I'm not hoping that GTA 6 fails. This is not my argument.
I know you're not. I just don't think you think it's going to crack $1 billion. It's going to crack $1 billion. It'll crack $1 billion within 12 months.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, but that's because it is a victim of its own hype. It has to crack $1 billion.
Now, Aaron, I will subjectify this for you. I will break this down. You are saying $1 billion in unit sales, not overall.
Yeah. Do you know what? No. Do you know what? Yeah. I think
unit sales.
I think it'll crack $1 billion in unit sales. I think it'll be. I don't know if it'll be the first game to do it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if a game has done that before.
Did GTA 5 not do that?
I think maybe GTA 5 probably did it, but that's easy when you bring it out in 3 different fucking consoles over and over again. So I'm just saying, from the PS5 version, possibly the PS6 version, because they'll probably come out and go, this is what we really wanted to do with the game.
All right, I actually have the stats here in front of me. What is the best-selling game of all time right now, and how many?
Halo.
I would
how many copies?
I'm gonna go with Halo. I can't remember which one now.
Okay.
Halo 2.
I can tell you now. Halo doesn't even feature on this list.
I was probably going to go with Red Dead. I think
Red Dead Redemption 2 is 6th on this list, and 67 million copies.
Wow.
But this is 6th.
GTA 5?
GTA 5 has got to be up there.
Oh!
205 million copies.
Aaron's going to be wearing a Liverpool jersey. You have that recorded, Aaron. You're not getting out of this, mate.
I'll wear a Liverpool jersey.
So I would say first has to be Tetris, right?
No.
What exactly
Tetris never
happened
sold,
when you
man.
turned
Like
on
Tetris was a Soviet Union product. Like the guy
No, but
never made.
it sold on Nintendo though, no?
It did, but like it doesn't count as it counts sales for Nintendo, but doesn't for the actual product. But like
Yeah,
different
Oh,
the
way.
okay,
Tetris
right, fair,
came.
fair,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Tetris
Okay.
came with a console instead of by itself for the first
Yeah,
couple of
exactly. So the
years.
Game Boy
Yeah.
version of Tetris sold 35 million copies, but the original
Wow.
Tetris sales aren't recorded because the guy actually never made any money out of it at all because he had to give it
Yeah.
to the state.
Then I'm running the control.
There's a great. By the way, great movie. There's a great movie.
Yes, it is.
Tetris.
It's supposed to be a very good movie. Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. It's a fun movie. Yeah.
Okay.
You still
I
haven't
don't
found the
know
best-selling
what
game of all time.
The best selling game. It's gonna be fucking Chess 3D or something.
If you watch it, it'll be fishing fucking 2025.
I just want you to promise me something.
The
Farm
biggest selling
Simulator.
game of.
Break every promise I made to Brink. You want me to make another one to you?
Okay,
See,
can I
Jonathan's kind of laughing, so I
can
think
I
we're
ask
actually in the
Jonathan-
roundabout.
could I ask a genre? Could I guess a genre at least?
If I die, don't use any life
Sandbox.
crystals on me. Don't revive me. Do
Minecraft.
you understand?
Minecraft is the right answer.
Whoa!
But
I
how
saw-
many copies has it? How many copies
was
of
it?
Minecraft has been
What
sold?
was second again? What was second again?
GTA
205
5.
million.
With my memories,
Well, how many copies sold?
don't do it.
205 million was GTA 5.
I promise.
I'm gonna
I
go
think
with
Minecraft is
380.
somewhere- Yeah, so Minecraft was relatively close to the $500 million, wasn't it? $500 million.
300
Are you
million.
sure you didn't find out somewhere that something bad happens to the person?
How much money did that make?
This machine?
Well, who knows? Because bear in mind, like the sales fluctuate over time.
Yeah.
So it was going to be released.
Xbox bought the studio as well. Microsoft bought
Yeah,
that studio.
I
So
know.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering, the top 10 biggest sellers of all time: Minecraft, GTA 5, Wii Sports at third with
That doesn't
83
surprise me
million.
at all.
well,
Yeah.
that's-
Surprise me at all.
Mario Kart 8, just under 76 million.
yeah.
PUBG Battlegrounds 75 million.
Yeah.
Uh,
PUBG, yeah. That
Red,
makes sense.
Red Dead Redemption 2, Terraria 60.7 million copies. Super Mario Brothers 58 million. Human Flatfall 55 million copies, would you believe?
The fuck is that?
I'm
yeah,
going to Google that shit.
it's basically one of those puzzle platforms that's on every console. Oh, plot happening. by the way. Important plot happening here. The eye's been activated.
Platform.
Maggie has to go to the top of the structure to activate it.
I wouldn't go up there, Maggie. It's very narrow. Oh my god, it's a brain.
She's opened the door to the eye.
Maggie, you liar. You knew this would happen.
The eye.
So
The
how?
eye is restored.
I mean,
Worth it then. Go home.
Human platform. I mean, I guess I could see why it's a VR. It's a VR game, isn't it?
Pretty
Yeah, it
much,
is.
yeah. So, bit of one thing we were talking over, by the way. So Maggie did kind of lie to us in saying that, like, essentially it will cost life to do this. Is essentially for the kind of the Guardian kind of gave it away in saying that you
The
know,
ultimate price type thing, and yeah.
the ultimate sacrifice thing, exactly, yeah, because essentially the last console is basically positioned right. If you look where it is, it's positioned right where the beam of light is. So you physically have to open up the hatch and get blasted off at the recoil. It's like a failsafe.
Gotcha.
But the thing is, right, Maggie had made us promise not to resurrect her with a life crystal because she saw what happened to Brink,
yeah.
which means you have a good and a bad ending here.
Oh, nice. By the way, I looked up how much Minecraft has made
Where's the
up
truth?
until 2021.
Looks like the control-
Because the data for 22 and 23 and I'm assuming 24 hasn't been brought out yet. So as of 2021, it made $3 billion.
Yeah.
So I think Grand Theft Auto will hit $1 billion based off a couple of things. One, people are crying out for a new Grand Theft Auto game. A new one, not just an online thing. Because the online thing has made $1 billion. I think alone online has made $1 billion fucking dollars. I think two, it'll be the first PS5 exclusive game. So you won't be getting it on the PS4.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's true.
PS. You won't be getting it on that. And I think just generally people are dying for a new one so bad that it'll break whatever
Close the
record is
bridge.
I
current-
should have known the inventor.
it'll break whatever record is currently there for pre-sales.
Yeah, again, it's a kind of argument to it as well. But like, but incidentally, in case you're wondering, this probably comes as no brainer. Best-selling franchise of all time?
Super Mario, I'm assuming.
Mario's the correct answer. But that series, even Mario has not topped 1 billion sales yet.
I will get out into space.
Iron is
I will
fun.
bring the people of this place back home.
I didn't say a
Iron
billion.
is
Hey,
fun.
I had to find out. I didn't say a billion sales. I said it would crack $1 billion.
You said $1 billion in unit sales.
As in 1 billion copies sold is what Dave was saying there. When he says unit sales, it means 1 billion copies sold.
No, I just meant straight up just $1 billion.
Yeah, I know that's what you were
$1
saying,
billion
but that's what
sales.
Dave got you to agree on. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's what he meant by that. Yeah.
This is the real
Oh no!
guy from
Oh shit!
Anyway, while we imagine what Aaron's gonna look like in maroon, let's jump into the end of the game.
Yeah. Go.
This
Oh,
is-
Sorry,
portal.
I got a little excited there. Shit.
Yeah. All right.
It will be hilarious if it somehow does it in like fucking 6 or 7 months or some shit like that. I'm just sitting at home going, well, fuck me, I actually got it right. We'll have to hit a time frame on it though, because I could very easily say, well, it will win after 3 years. We'll see.
Yeah, after like what 5 years it might take it. Yeah, you never
Yeah.
set an arbitrary timeline, so that's your way out.
So, but we'll hit a half. No, I'm not going to be that guy. We'll go. We'll do a timeline. We have to wait now for this, that, or PS6 or whatever. What I'll say is right. I think it'll be. We'll give it a year. We'll give it 12.
By the year it's released, yeah. But after 12 months.
Whoa.
So as it stands, probably what Christmas 2026.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Let's go. Andy.
So they're coming back home.
Yay.
Because we opened the gateway back to a lesser dimension, essentially.
If they come back home, they're going to be going. This place is in shit.
Yeah, they've been gone
No
for
one's
like
touched here in a millennia.
yeah, they have been gone for millennia. Like they have to rebuild everything. But that's the thing. They've been stuck in space and time for millennia. They
Just
want
needs a
to,
dusting. Just needs a little dusting. Nothing a flash mob can't handle.
that's the thing, like, because they've been in purgatory for so long. They're like they basically detox off life crystals, detox from all the conflict. Now they just want to be back to normal.
Hmm.
Why not let them tell their own story? I wish
Oh,
you knew the way home, but I know all the other paths. through time.
Jonathan, have you used RetroArch before?
no, I have not.
Don't go back there.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Oh look who's here.
I have thought you would give it.
So, by the way, I quickly looked up how much GTA 5 made. And as of 23rd of January this year, it made $8.6 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what online and microtransactions
Yeah,
will do for a company.
that's what my yeah. So it's the one of the most successful entertainment products ever created.
Yeah.
So
Like,
that's
it's
why
a-
I think that's why I just think it is going to crack it.
However,
crack a billion.
most of that is across 13 years.
Yes,
And
I know that. I know
in
that.
microtransaction sales alone, that's probably been 5 billion of the intake.
Yeah, that's
It's
also.
it's like FIFA's Ultimate Team made them 4 billion last year.
But I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just on that mode alone, you know.
Money making first, game second.
Jeez,
this,
Brinklook's old.
Yeah, coming out looking like Martin Sheen apparently. So there you go. That's what we're doing for him.
And I'm gonna point out another thing, right?
Once revered a great
GTA 5 made over $800 million on its first night of its release.
Yeah.
It made $1 billion 2 days later.
Hmm.
And as far as I remember, again, you can tell me if I'm wrong, there was no DLCs, there was no microtransactions,
Not at the time, no.
there was nothing.
No.
So
Again,
I
factor in-
think I'm
yeah.
right.
Yeah. We're not like the game. Do the maths on it, right? If you're charging 75 quid per game, you're easily making $1 billion. How much is the game gonna cost to make, Aaron?
I think they already said it cost $1 billion.
It's
didn't
the
it?
first $1 billion like
Yeah.
production.
Yeah.
and that's not even it's not even remotely close. So take into account the amount of like bugs they have to fix, the amount of time, the technology, the DLCs, the online maintenance, all this sort of stuff. That is going to be more than $1 million. This is my argument: is that the costs are going to be, because GTA 6 now is going to have to set another landmark in terms of now, like movies cost this amount of money, games cost this amount of money. If you want to be as successful as we are, you have to sustain these costs. It cannot be done. This is what I'm saying. There needs to be an argument to be made to scale back and scale back and actually kind of do a quantity over quality situation where like do smaller games but more often and accelerate that part of the business again, rather than having these big asthmatic beasts that are just there to spend money. This is the argument I'm making.
A fun fact too: at the point of it coming out, right, it outgrossed Marvel's Avengers, the first one, Iron Man 3, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows 2, and The Dark Knight Rises combined at $711 million.
Again, Aaron, how much is a movie ticket?
I know that. Yeah, no, I'm just saying that, like, to put it into perspective,
that's perjuring the math a little bit there. Yeah.
I know. I know that. Yeah, and you could probably at that point, so they very easily put in maybe 1 or 2 more movies, and you say, well, it didn't mean all of those. Yeah. I understand that. Yeah.
You probably put 6 movies.
That was a fun game, by the way.
Yeah. So, okay. Let me explain how the multiple ending thing works. So, the game was always you always get Maggie and Brink back, regardless, right? So Maggie comes back as the way she is. Brink comes back a little bit older, basically as a kind of it's a knock-on effect of the life crystals thing that he basically aged whatever life that was in him takes him out of him and then artificially kind of like accelerates his aging. Now the ultimate ending job is that, because we kept Maggie dead and didn't resurrect her, we did right by her, and we get the happy ending where she's smiling and she's hugging and all that sort of stuff, right? If we were to resurrect her with a life crystal, she'd go apeshit at us and she'd run away. So she still wouldn't be useful in the end game. And then when we do resurrect her, she'd basically slap us across the face for resurrecting her, saying that we broke her promise. So that's the bad ending, if you will. There's not really a massive difference, but that's essentially where we're at. Yeah, that's the dig. Like, the world is saved, and we basically go back to Earth with the knowledge of what we found here today. And again, this will be because
I guess you could say I really dig that game.
Yeah. Amy, Aaron, great having you on. Thanks for coming on. But even then, like this is the one thing you'll get with a lot of because we're on a LucasArts arc here. It's gonna really frustrate you the fact that there is no sequel to this game, and they never intended there to be a sequel to this game at all. This is the end of the story. There is nothing more to it. Whereas like some companies will have milked this for all it's worth because the original story was that good and that interesting. Yeah. But this is it. This is all you're getting for the dig. Move on to the next project. It's such a fascinating, like, again, comparing it to other studios that like have to like find a cash cow and milk it for all it's worth. LucasArts only did that with Monkey Island, and even then, technically, the original creators of Monkey Island only did 2 games. There have been 6 Monkey Island games since, but the original creators only did the first game and its sequel, and the sequel was a piss take on sequels. But then new people took over the 3rd project, same again with the 4th, and the 5th project was technically Telltale who made that. And then the most recent one, which is Return to Monkey Island, where the original designers came back and basically did like a, hilarious enough, they basically designed the game with the principle of, we're showing our kids that we have actually been cool at one time in our lives. And the whole story is about like Guybrush being a dad and telling the old story to his son, which is really, really cute and endearing. Has a terrible ending though, which is like, you fucking dickhead, tell me what the secret of Monkey Island is. But that's the same. Like again, there's a whole different design principle of it. We're like, we don't care how much we left on the table. We put everything we can into this game to make it good. We don't care about the rest of it. The rest of it, like, basically stays as headcanon. Like, after watching this game, all 3 of us could like imagine what happens when the 3 of them touch down back on Earth, what they've learned, and what happens next. We all had different ideas of what could go from there, But yeah. So what did you think of the dig, lads? I know we were kind of raffling through most of it, but you're able to
very good.
See and hear it.
Very good. I thought it was excellent. Like the story's really in kind of what's the best way to put it? Engrossing. It kind of drags you in, keeps you locked in.
Hmm.
Obviously the graphics for the time were just fucking ridiculous.
That's very good.
And I think the characters are very relatable, which I quite liked.
Yeah, I'd say like I suppose from my kind of side as well, I'd say the puzzles don't really translate on playthrough, but the puzzles are genuinely good little teasers. But I will say that, like, so say if you're playing it by yourself, you're thinking like, oh fuck, how do you work? Like, the puzzles are very lateral thinking, so they're all around the same kind of variation, but some of them are very, very good. Aaron, what about yourself? Considering
Well, compared to the fucking last game that we played, the masterpiece. But overall, this was generally a very fun game. I like it was a very good game.
favorite gag?
I didn't. Nice.
Sorry, I had to wait for that one.
No, it's a pretty good game, alright. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not perfect by any means, obviously, but is there any perfect games? But that's a fun game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's what LucasArts are good at. They're good at making short, sweet, and very endearing adventure games.
That Full Throttle game has been showing up on my timelines a lot lately, by the way.
Yeah, funny how that works, isn't it? Because it knows you're watching The Dig, and that is the next game in the LucasArts lineology, and it's what we're going to be watching next.
Yes.
So yeah, LucasArts are fuckers for this sort of thing, by doing just something completely different to what they're doing. But yeah, we're going to do Full Throttle next on the series, and yeah, this so. If we're talking about like kind of like in terms of timeline here, in terms of like what like Monkey Island were or what LucasArts were doing, so you would have had The Dig, followed then by Full Throttle, and I think the Curse of Monkey Island was in between that. Let me just give you a clarification. Actually, I'm wrong. Full Throttle predated The Dig, by a couple of months. So actually, in 1995, you would have got both games, Full Throttle in January and The Dig in the earlier towards Christmas. So busy fucking studio to say the least. But again, also very, very different games. Well, this was a nice, like you'd probably say, like a bit of a lonely kind of what's the word, pensive kind of puzzle game. Yeah, Full Throttle is not that. It's still an adventure game, but it is quite literally full throttle. The fucking plot goes at a rapid fucking pace. So, to the extent where like I've already played the game, and I was thinking to myself, okay, after we've got a couple of weeks on this series, I'll get a head start on the playthrough and get it done. And I finished it in one sitting. Like I'm looking at the video right now, 3 hours 10 minutes is all.
Damn.
Full playthrough of Full Throttle, and even then, that's me dicking about and like trying to find.
Yeah, that isn't a lot, but
No.
it's with the visuals that I have seen, it's very impressive. Like for the time.
So what I've done is like Full Throttle. The remastered version came out a couple of years ago, so it means you can play this on Switch now as well, and a few others. So yeah, I played that instead, and I'm going to be doing the same for Grim Fandango as well.
Sure.
Just a graphical update, a few little interface, quality of life changes, that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's what you're going to be seeing next on the Game Gallery, where we're continuing our scum buzz and seeing what happens when Mark Hamill gets roped in with a whole lot of bikers. What could possibly go wrong? Aaron, closing statements. Thanks, Aaron. Dave, closing statements.
I don't know if I can beat that, but yeah, let's go Full Throttle next time.
That was a lot better than just. That was a lot better than.
Oh, fuck Cork. It's a closing statement.
Can I fucking